modern mates rang me this evening. They seem to be quite excited at the prospect of putting us together.
Oh, come on, do you not find it weird?
Yes. Giant anaconda?
Here. But don't get too excited. No, I had an uncle with a voice like that. Laker and Todd crashed the rolls on the way back last night, burst into flames, they were both burned to death.
Well, how's you going to explain that gun off the ashtray?
I don't know what you're up to and I don't care, but I shall report your behavior to Tony as soon as he's back. Now, you'd better start looking for a new job.
Excuse me.
Have you been talking to Mrs. Mansell?
Get out!
Ouch.
Ignore the car, love. Stay on the pavement. Never mind. She's strangling her. Oh.
No! No! No!
Hello there everybody and welcome to the video. My name's Serenity Solo the Axe and here we are with the final episode of Series 1 of Thriller. After this episode it will take a break and then it will come back at some point in the future. It will rotate normally with 2 other anthology shows, hopefully, until I run out of anthology shows. My favourite episode so far has still been episode 3. Someone at the Top of the Stairs. That had such a good story, good acting. Well, mind you, most of this show's had good acting, if I'm honest with you. It's got some stars from the day, also some stars from now, just as younger selves, and some stars that have sadly passed over. So hopefully you're enjoying this as well. I'm enjoying it immensely. The reason I'm bringing shows that are not getting much views, because this doesn't get many views at all, probably my second worst watched videos. So yes, the reason why I do that is because if I'd keep watching shows that I don't have as much interest in, that I like maybe, but don't have as much interest in, I'll get burnout. I have to keep returning to the shows that I like in order to stop that. There's already been one break in the channel when my laptop broke, almost another one when my channel got took down. I promise I did not do anything to deserve that, but it happened. So yes, I just want to thank everyone who's subscribed and followed to me so far. I gratefully appreciate every single one of you. To my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are. So with that, let's get into the final episode of Series 1. I apologise there's no subtitles on these ones. They are quite old shows. Just move this. There we go. I know this one's called Spell of Evil.
Soon have you up and about again, Mrs. Mansell. You'll see.
Sorry, there's a bit of a buzz behind it.
Doctor?
It is an old show. 70s.
How long has she been like this?
Well, that's just it. No time at all. We thought she had a feverish cold. Last night I slept in the spare room so as not to disturb her. This morning she was like this. What is it?
It could be a virus. It could be a massive non-specific infection.
Could be a spell.
They don't fit the pattern. Nothing fits the pattern. Now our heart's failing.
But Mrs. Mansell's always been so strong.
You said you'd have her up and about, you
She's
liar.
dying. Well, what are you going to do?
May I use your phone? I'll get her into an intensive care unit.
I'd rather go in my own bed. God, minimalist.
Thank you, I'll hold on.
Can they do any good?
We shall have a chance.
Oh.
No! No! No!
Jenny!
Was that death?
Jenny, come!
Sorry.
No idea what's happened with the sound. Hopefully it doesn't keep going like that. Bloody hell. Won't make for a very good final episode. I do know these run in order. I did check Wikipedia for the list of episodes and the order they ran in. And they do tally with the back of the case, inside the case. Well, on the discs. Why did she have a picture of herself in a room? Just herself, not like... And a big picture. Painted picture.
Mrs. Roberts, it's been 6 months. I really don't think my wife would have wanted this.
Your breakfast is ready, sir.
Now look, Mrs. Roberts.
I was very fond of the mistress, sir.
So was I.
If it offends you, sir.
No. No, it doesn't offend me.
Was it her? No, I've got to think outside of the box. Outside. Way outside. Actually, if you accuse everybody, I'll get it right. Is there a ghost going to be there? If you have seen this, please do not spoil any future episodes. I do know there is an episode that doesn't have much talking in the second half. That's all I know of future episodes.
Is everything all right, sir?
You spoil me, Mrs. Roberts, you always do.
It's what she would have wanted, sir. There's something else she would have wanted too, sir.
Oh, really? And what's that?
She always said you were the kind of man who needed a woman to look after him.
Really?
She'd have wanted you to marry again.
But Mrs. Roberts, the way you keep her bedroom, the flowers.
That's my tribute. It doesn't have to be yours.
So, was that her way of asking him to marry her?
Modern mates. The scientific answer to loneliness. Discreet introductions effected. Complete psychophysical matching.
Excuse me, it's been 6 months. It'll take me about a year to get over the loss of my partner.
He is coming in this
You
morning.
won't be a minute, Mr. Matthews. Oh, get me the Matheson file, would you, Susie?
Oh, Susie. Morning, Liz.
Morning, Mr. Mansell.
Sort the Morgan contract out of that, would you please, Liz?
Mr.
Mr. Matthews is waiting for you.
Good.
Susie.
Oh, go on. You've got it worse than I have.
No, Tony, we are in trouble.
We are
Laker and
fancy
Todd
him.
were buying heavily again yesterday.
How many?
Another 100,000 shares, which means that with friends, associates, and nominees, yes, they now have 23% of our equity. Oh, there can be no doubt about it now. They're planning to take us over.
They've chosen their time. Hiring margins going up.
Ubisoft all over
again.
again.
Stream, they want to step in and take all the gravy. When's our interim report due?
Next week.
Take out the profits forecast. Good. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon.
Oh, well, we'll need the approval of the whole board for that.
We'll get it.
Yes, of course. Now, how about circularizing the shareholders?
No, it's too early. Wait for Laker and Todd to make their move.
Look, just a minute, Tony.
Can you stop? Can you, like, put a halt on shares?
I think Mr. Mansell knows.
Stop that from happening?
Show that badly. But then he never will know, will he? Unless you do something about it.
It's not that easy.
I put a max 20%.
I thought you said you were going to invite him for a meal at your flat.
I am going to.
Well, when?
Soon.
Meantime, I'll get on to the bank. Tell them we could be in for a fight.
Yes, do that.
Right, I will.
Liz, come in and take a letter, would you please? No, on second thoughts, it's personal. I write it myself.
Oh, I see. I've confirmed your meeting with James Carton at 11. Bates is downstairs with the car.
Good. That's all, thanks, Liz.
He said it was personal. He'd do it himself.
Well, then.
But I've always handled all his private correspondence.
Is the woman he meets going to be possessed by his wife? So all these questions are hypothetical. He can't answer me because I've already recorded it.
Liz, I'll go see Carton now, and then I'll go on to lunch. I've left a letter in the art tray. Mail it with the rest, would you please?
Yes, I will. You won't forget the Morgan thing after lunch, will
No.
you? And you've got Pearson and Drew at 3 o'clock.
Oh, yes.
And you promised to give Martin half an hour sometime today.
My dear Liz, what would I do without you?
That's what I say.
Susie.
She's going to open it.
Now, Roland's at the bank. Well, he's phoning me here later, by the way. He thinks we could increase the pre-tax cash flow by adjusting the depreciation charge, so bringing the PE ratio down to 10. He also said...
I wrote to a marriage bureau today.
Yes, that we could make out a case for You did what?
I said I wrote to a marriage bureau today, you know. Man wishes to meet woman, object matrimony.
What on earth did you want to go and do a thing like that for?
I don't know, really. At first I thought it was something that Mrs. Roberts said, but I'm not so sure now.
Well, you know what's going to happen, don't you? You'll get landed with some old trout who'll look just like a giant anaconda.
Maybe not.
In a bad light. She'll follow you around. That'll be Roland's now.
That's a phone. I'm thinking, what the hell is it?
Hello?
May I speak to Mr. Mansell, please?
It's for you. Wow.
Stop looking at the camera, dude.
Hello, Tony Mansell here.
My name is Clara Panton. Modern Maids gave me your name. They seem to think that we might suit each other.
Modern Maids? But I only wrote to them today.
The mail service can do miracles when it wants to. No, Modern Maids rang me this evening. They seem to be quite excited at the prospect of, putting us together.
Oh, come on, do you not find it weird?
Yes, well, it would be a pity to disappoint them, wouldn't it?
Just what I was thinking. Why don't I drop by your office tomorrow? Say, 12:30? We could take a look at each other.
12:30.
Is it her?
Yes, that'd be fine.
The one who died?
I look forward to seeing you.
I too. Good night, Mr. Mansell.
Goodbye.
Younger her?
Giant anaconda?
Yeah, but don't get too excited. No, I had an uncle with a voice like that.
George.
Hello.
She said at the office.
So?
But I wrote on personal paper she doesn't know where the office is.
No, I have a feeling that girl knows everything she needs to know.
Is he in on it?
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else. I am going to be there when she arrives.
Perhaps if she falls for the wrong one, though.
He's been in a fantastic mood today. Have you noticed? I almost took a chance and asked him for more money.
Yes, I had noticed.
Oh, that's why.
He's kind of all
I
excited.
don't fancy him.
Hey, now's your chance. Why don't you ask him to come for dinner?
Devious child. You go a long way.
Well, you've always got to catch them at their best, you know.
I'm a devious female, too.
You mean you're going to?
Yes, just as soon as I fix this coffee.
Well, it's about time.
We've probably not got ants crawling on me, we've got ants.
Fabulous.
Oh, I don't know, the percolator suddenly boiled over.
Here, keep the air off it. Oh, take you down to first aid. Well, you're not going to faint, are you?
No,
Come on.
She's been to hand you, just been under cold water for 5 minutes.
Sure you're going to be okay?
Mr. Mansell?
Is he expecting you?
Yes.
Well, I'll just buzz him through on the intercom.
No, don't worry. I'll surprise him.
She will, too.
So she picking up on her.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Think you can make it now?
Yes.
Has there been... well, has anyone...
You're late.
Has a girl...
Snow White went that away.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Could be like an older Snow White.
Tony, about the board meeting. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were busy. Oh, good heavens. That's to say,
George,
So it does
I'd
look
to
like
meet
her.
Clara Panton.
Thought
Clara,
so.
this is my partner, George Matthews.
How do you do, Mr. Matthews?
oh, how do you do?
Clara's the girl we were talking about. You remember? The one from the agency?
But we've met before, surely. Wasn't it you who answered the telephone last night?
Yes, it was.
So you're not met. You spoke.
Indeed. Yes, indeed it was. Well, good heavens. What a remarkable ear you have, Miss Panton.
Yes, the one down by the river.
That's it, that's the one.
Suddenly got rather cold in here, hasn't it? Are you sure your central heating's on?
Is she
Well,
deaf?
it doesn't matter. I'm taking Miss Panton out to lunch.
Like in the
That
guys?
is, if you haven't got a previous engagement.
Nothing that a few lies can't get me out of. Oh, we'll meet again, Mr. Matthews. Often.
Yes, goodbye, Miss Panton. Oh, Tony, you will be back in time to meet the bank, won't you?
Yes, bound to be. If I'm not, stonewall them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, if this is your first show, you'll see me guessing all over the
Mrs.
place.
Roberts. Yeah, Clara. Yes, I promise you it's true. Let me take a go. Mrs. Roberts. I'm sorry I didn't let you know that I wouldn't be back for dinner.
I wondered, sir.
But we would like to have coffee in the den now, if you don't mind. Oh, Mrs. Roberts, this is Clara Panton. Clara, this is Mrs. Roberts, the finest housekeeper in the Western Hemisphere.
Hello, Mrs. Roberts.
Pleased to meet you. I'll get the coffee.
She's all right. It's just that poor Scots blood. Yeah. In here. There we are. Now then. How about a little brandy with your... Oh.
I'm going to say it's not dropping lots of clues.
Oh, never mind. It was a very ordinary ashtray. I was going to say... How about a little brandy with your coffee.
I shouldn't. I feel guilty enough already.
Guilty?
Well, I've monopolized you all day. You haven't been back to your office. You've missed your meeting with your bankers. You've left heaven knows how many tycoony problems.
She's going to ruin them.
Nonsense. I'm the one who's been doing the monopolizing. I just couldn't bear to let you go. I thought you might disappear and never come back. I don't want that. I want to be able to know that I can turn around and you'll be there.
And so I am.
So you are.
Well, it's not giving me much for the previews. Yet.
I want you to marry me.
Yeah, but excuse me.
We've known each other one afternoon.
How long does it take?
And this, Mrs. Roberts. And, this. I'm sorry. I think I know how you feel. But you see, now that my husband and I
Take
will
it.
be using
The
this
married?
room,
A man
Oh,
should
quick.
be married.
I'm so glad you don't resent me.
What was that thing flying down? Well, just a mistake, or did that have something
there's
to do
more,
with it?
Mrs. Roberts. Here. And,
She can't touch it.
you better clean out the rest of the drawers. I cleaned out the master bedroom today.
Oh, did you?
What's the matter? Those undertakers again?
Takeover merchants, not undertakers. Although they might just as well be from our point of view if they win.
Is it as bad as that? No, wait.
What? Oh.
I have a surprise for you. I bought you a present today.
Fresh.
Voila. Voila.
But why?
To replace the one that broke.
Oh, it's an ashtray. I'm thinking, what the hell is it?
Well, it's much prettier than that one.
Thank you. Why don't you call a peace conference
Go on.
with those takeover merchants? Invite them here to dinner, away from the city. Try to find a middle way. Better than fighting them to a standstill.
Well, it's worth a try, isn't it? But you haven't met them.
So is she just going to start killing everybody off? So that I'm so full of questions during these shows. If you saw me pull a face there, I thought that was Donald Pleasance.
They're here.
Well, I still think this is a mistake. You can't talk to toughs like that.
We'll see.
Tony? George? We'd heard that you'd had your proverbial luck, Tony. How do you do, Mrs.
It's not.
Clara, this is Mr. Laker.
How do you do?
And Mr. Todd.
We didn't think it was as good as this.
How do you do?
Going to turn her loose on us, are you? She might just do it, too.
Would you like drinks first, gentlemen, or dinner?
Let's eat.
I'll take your coat.
Thank you.
This way, Laker.
Todd.
I don't have a clue where this is heading. I mean, normally we've got more red herrings than that by now.
that Tony is asking is for an agreed merger rather than a takeover. Marriage rather than a battle. Peace rather than war. Doesn't that make sense?
Well, if you put it like that. Ben?
No.
What the hell's she
No,
doing?
I'm sorry. It wouldn't work. 2 men at the top is like 2 women in the kitchen. We're in a winning position. I don't see why we have to give anything away. Here's our bid. We're making it public tomorrow. I'm afraid you haven't got a chance. I'm sorry.
What happens if you don't accept?
It's a poor way to end a pleasant evening. That's business. Nothing personal.
Very well.
I'll get your coats.
Thank you.
Laker, do you realize we shall fight you right down the line?
Oh.
Oh, it'll be a messy business. Your track record's not the cleanest in the world.
We can look after ourselves. We're
Don't
big
be too
boys.
sure of that.
We are sure.
Gentlemen, have another glass.
No, thank you. We have a long drive.
I'm guessing she cut it to put a spell in it or something. Oh well, the adverts only took 5 seconds on this one instead of like a minute on the others.
I wish we hadn't tried. It looks as if we've crawled now.
We haven't crawled, darling. Don't worry. It'll all come out our way. You'll see. It will come out our way. I know. Wait.
So if she casts some kind of love spell on him,
Don't go away.
where the hell is he going to go? He's not dressed to go anywhere. I'm guessing that ashtray is going to be used to hit someone over the head at some point. Oh, she's going to cause an accident, I see. Well, how's she going to explain that got off the ashtray?
I know I've seen this face somewhere before.
I wish you'd seen it on me.
I somehow associate it with school.
She doesn't look much like a school mom.
No. No, it was a school visit. Somewhat like the British Museum.
Is she an
Tony not in yet?
I'm expecting...
old priestess or something?
Right, I'll wait.
Would you like a coffee?
Oh, no thanks, no thanks.
Mind you, I don't think they could do facial reconstruction back in those
Have you heard the
days.
news?
Well, what?
Laker and Todd crashed the rolls on the way back last night, burst into flames. They were both burned to death. Which, although it's a terrible thing to say, solves our little problem.
Yes, it does.
Always look on the bright side.
But what a horrible thing.
It will come out our way, darling. I know.
Horrible. Extraordinary thing.
Well, no, not really. Not when you consider how old Laker used to drive.
No, I suppose you're right.
Pack these out, would you, Susie? They're rather urgent.
Okay.
Liz, if Jameson calls, you deal with it. You've got the details. I'm just going to have some lunch.
Have a good...
Lunch. Finish your sentence for the people with OCD, please.
Ouch.
So she's after her now. I think she knows that she knows.
Here comes the master's truck. I've left time to get me lunch. Here, you did a rush job.
Is that it? A sandwich?
What are you up to, anyway?
Just an idea. I'll let you know if it comes to anything.
If you survive.
Welcome home, darling.
This is what I need.
Come in, sit down. Relax. It's all over till tomorrow.
I wonder if any of these stories get sequels throughout the series.
Every day.
Bit spiky.
There. Is that better?
Yeah.
They're barely touching. A massage, you've got to apply a little pressure.
I can see little flecks of grey.
I can see
You're
lots.
going to be very solemn when you're silver.
I went today at 25.
You know, you mustn't feel guilty about Laker and Todd. It's terrible, I know, but you've benefited. I told you it'd all work out our way. You didn't want it to happen.
How did you know about him?
Oh, it's in the newspaper, silly. About the crash and the fire.
Is it?
I think I'd better see Mrs. Roberts about dinner.
I'll finish my drink and then I think I'll have a bath.
Yes, I'll run it for you.
Come on, Thriller, we need more clues.
I didn't see it in the paper.
At least with this show, there's nothing to blur out.
Clara?
Hope you picked up on some clues.
What are you looking for, darling?
Nail clippers. I don't seem to be able to find mine.
They're in the drawer, where you always keep them. Yes.
This glove, isn't it the one that Todd lost?
Yes, it is. I found it in the hall. Put it in the drawer for safekeeping. But there doesn't seem to be much point now, does there?
What's this?
Oh, that's a pattern for a picnic rug. You do like picnics, don't you? We know so little about each other.
Yes, I do. I do like picnics.
I adore picnics. Dinner's ready. That's what I came to tell you.
He's not even had his bath yet.
It's settled for you, and a sinfully expensive bottle of your favorite champagne.
Bloody champagne over dinner? Really? Mind if you can afford it. I couldn't even afford one of those cheap bottles of cider.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Roberts. You may go to bed as soon as you've finished.
All right, Mrs. Roberts, thank you.
She doesn't like me.
Nonsense. She's just got to get used to you. There's something I've been meaning to say. Modern mates never followed us up to see how we got on. And another odd thing, they never sent a bill.
Oh, darling. Do you mean to say that you got me for nothing?
That first day when you came to the office, how did you know where it was? I hadn't told you.
Yeah, be careful what you say.
Oh, darling, you're not just anyone. I looked you up.
But you found me at home. I'm ex-directory.
Well, so am I, but the bloody
Didn't I tell you, darling?
fakes still...
I'm a witch.
Not fakes, the fraudsters still phone.
Clara. How did you know about Laker and Todd?
I told you, silly. I read it in the newspaper.
But it isn't in the paper. I looked.
Well, then I must have heard it on the radio.
She's not that smart.
What you were saying before
What was that?
about not knowing anything about each other.
That just makes it more exciting.
Yes, I agree. But little things like where you were born, brought up, what you were like when you were a little girl.
Your age.
But you see, I was never a little girl. I was born a woman. My first conquest was the gynecologist who delivered me.
That just sounded so wrong. They're very shiny night clothes, bloody hell. Just use it as a torch to find the bathroom. So she's a witch then. I'm guessing she'll tell her the truth about that. So I'm guessing the oven gloves are the housekeeper, Mrs. Roberts. Can't need that. Don't know what it's a clipping of. Hell's that? Is that a finger? She roasting them alive. No idea what that is either. Charcoal? Oh, that's not charcoal. That wasn't a finger. I got no idea what that were then. I think I'm lost off in this episode more than any other episode I've reacted to.
Certainly overdid the port last night. Oh, dear. That was weak as a kitten.
That's not port, my boy. That's flu. You'd better get back into bed.
I think I will.
I'll ring the office and tell them. Even tycoons get flu, you know.
Thank you.
Tony here?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Matthews. That was his wife on the phone. He's staying in bed today. Touch of flu.
So, did she kill his
Wife like
wife?
that wouldn't take flu to keep me in bed, what?
And now she's doing the same to him.
Yes. Well, I'll just grab the Wilson file. Better get on with it myself.
I think this is what you want, Mr. Matthews.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's gorgeous, isn't she?
Where did he meet
Dangerous.
Now, why do you want to know? Gotten your way, is she?
What? No, just curious, that's all.
Oh, come off it, Liz. I've seen the way you look at him.
I enjoy working with him, that's all.
No, won't do. Maybe I'm not too hot with the ladies myself, but I have got a good eye. Never wrong about that sort of thing.
But I admit that I like him.
Like him? Oh,
What business
Liz.
is that of his?
of course you do. He's a very likable fellow. Well, now, if you really must know,
Got a
he
lot of
met
money,
her through a
more like.
Lonely Hearts Club in the Times. Yes, modern mates or something.
Here, darling.
No, I'm sorry, I couldn't.
I know. I can never touch a thing when I have flu. Perhaps we can tempt you with something a little later. Thank you, Mrs. Roberts.
She can eat it.
Let's lift you up and get these better. Try to get a little sleep.
See, I thought you were going to try and kill the housekeeper.
You should get the doctor.
I don't think so, Mrs. Roberts. He'll be all right tomorrow.
He'll not be all right. He's been getting worse all afternoon.
You know how he hates a fuss. I think I'll wait until tomorrow.
She's going to
I'd
phone
like to see
one.
Dr. Patterson myself in half an hour. I'll mention it to him if you like.
Oh, that would be kind. You really do look after us so well, Mrs. Roberts.
She's not making it to the doctors.
What a lovely, beautiful hair.
I advise you to ignore the cat, love. Ignore the car, love. Stay on the pavement. Never mind. I told her to ignore the cat. Well, I got it right. I was just delayed. She did get the housekeeper, just not when I thought she was going to.
I'm so sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Mansell, but there are some papers Mr. Mansell should sign. I could still catch the 8 o'clock post.
Oh, you're the secretary?
Yes.
I see. Well, I'm afraid he can't be disturbed.
Well, it really is very important. If he doesn't sign, it could cost the company a lot of money. About £100,000, in fact.
Oh, well, if it's as important as that. But only 2 minutes, remember. Let me take your things. Yeah? I'm all alone this afternoon.
Maybe she was summoned.
Mrs. Roberts was knocked down by a car as she left the house this evening.
Oh, dear. Is she badly
Take down the
hurt?
business.
Well, they're hoping that it's just concussion. But, she hasn't regained consciousness yet. Won't you come this way?
Thank you.
Darling, your secretary's here. I told her she mustn't stay long.
Oh, Liz. How nice.
It's the Selby deal, Mr. Mansell. We have to exchange. It just needs your signature.
Only 2 minutes, remember.
I promise.
Hardly worth the walk or the drive or the bike ride or whatever.
Give me the pen and guide my feeble hand.
So she's going for her next. Bloody hell. Hard luck. She never heard her walking downstairs.
All signed?
He needs a doctor, Mrs. Mansell.
Yes, I know, but he hates a fuss. He won't let the doctor near him.
Well, I've just managed to persuade him to call Dr. Patterson. He'll be around first thing in the morning.
Oh, what a clever girl. I always say that a secretary can do more with a man than his wife.
Thank you. My
Well.
apologies once again. I do hope Mr. Mansell's better tomorrow.
Yes.
Depends what kind of secretary she is.
Oh, dear, I seem to be missing a glove.
Let's see.
Oh, there it is.
Well, she's safe.
Oh. There you are.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Foiled. She'd have got away with it if it weren't for that meddling secretary.
It's a lot now, going back over the last month.
Oh, bless you, Susie.
But if you tell me what you're looking for, I could help.
Thank you, Susie. But I don't want you to get involved.
Tony in?
No, he's still in bed. The doctor should be with him now.
Get involved in what?
It's puzzling. It's almost the same pattern as the first, Mrs. Mansell. There's nothing organically wrong, and yet...
Do you think that other blonde one summoned
I take it you have no objection.
her?
A second opinion.
Oh, yes, of course. Whatever you think best of. Goodbye.
I do have to admit, it's not the best finale that it could have been. Should I put number 3 as number 10?
What's the old quack say?
He says you have some new strain of flu.
Lies.
You're to stay in bed and do as you're told.
If it was a new strain, I wouldn't have known until they tested.
Hey, where are you going this time of day? You got a date?
Ish.
Susie, you used to work in a newspaper office. How do I get an address from an advertisement box number?
It can't be done. Not legally.
Illegally, then.
Don't tell anyone that I told you.
Well, just popped in to see how the patient was doing. Yeah, and if you ask me, I think you're having us on. Just wanted a couple of days in bed. Yes, next week is my turn.
George, the Morgan deal.
Oh, now everything's under control. Good Lord, you're not indispensable, you know. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Nice to see you, Squire.
Well,
Expect you back next week.
no, it's not. Very dispensable.
I'll bring you some soup later on.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he's never been ill in his life before, and look at the state he's in now after a day and a half.
All caught up with him?
Arrange for a second opinion.
Second opinion? Well, he's going to need more than opinions.
If anything did happen, George, you'd be head of the company, wouldn't you?
Yes. Well, let's hope nothing does.
Is she doing it for him? When she says earlier, you'll be seeing much more of me? What a dingy bloody room.
Yeah, I didn't know she was thinking of letting it. Didn't tell me nothing.
So she put that in the paper especially for him.
This is all there is.
Yes, well, it's not much as you can see, miss. Hey, you know, it always beats me why she don't get herself a better place. Not that she can't afford it, you know, with all that money.
She's rich, then.
Well, it stands to reason, doesn't it? Widowed a couple of times or more, all of them wealthy men. Oh, blimey.
She's a Black Widow.
Sure. So they say, miss.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, miss.
A witchy Black Widow.
More papers to sign? You are a busy girl.
It's a busy time for us.
Well, I'll go and see, but I don't think I can. He was asleep just a few moments ago, and I don't want to disturb him. Oh, just leave your things. You can wait down there.
Down there in the devil room. Have I got damp on the wall?
No! No, I'm afraid he's fast asleep. Oh, leave the papers. I'll have him look at them when he wakes up.
It's all right. I'll come back tomorrow.
Such a long journey. Would you like a drink before you go?
No, thank you. I'm driving.
Tea? Coffee? Don't have to be alcohol, love. Water.
doctor say?
Liz.
Oh, he said it's some new 48-hour drug. It'll run its course. I do hope he's better tomorrow.
Only been 2 days now, though.
Liz.
Why don't you telephone before you come next time? It might save you a journey.
Oh, I don't mind. I shall keep on coming until I see him.
And then you're going to become a
Just as
thorn
you
in their side.
Good night.
And you'll be
Good night.
disposable. Yeah, you might want to realise, love. She's strangling her. I take it her powers are starting to wane. I should have wanted to scare her.
What's that, Liz?
Yes, darling. I sent her away.
What does she want?
Nothing for you to worry about.
I want to see her.
You shall do, darling. Just as soon as you're better.
When's the doctor coming again?
Why is she rubbing the bedpost?
He'll be coming tomorrow.
Someone's got to.
Did he summon him and it's all a ruse?
Anything you need? Mr. Matthews? It's about Mr. Mansell's wife.
What about Clara?
Well, how much do you know about her? How much did Mr. Mansell know about her before they married?
I don't care how much he knew about her. It's none of my business. And I might suggest it's none of yours either.
I think it has to be our business. There are certain things that have happened, things that I've found out.
I don't wish to know what you found out. No, if you've been grubbing
I
about
do.
her past, hoping to find something that might damage her...
I haven't. It's not like that.
Oh, I know what you women are like when someone else has grabbed the prize from under your
Please,
nose.
I've got someone coming this evening. All I want you to do is have a word with him.
I will do no such thing. God, some grubby little private detective.
No,
You've had...
nothing like that. He's a professor.
listen to me.
The British Museum put me on to...
I said listen to me. I don't know what you're up to, and I don't care. But I shall report your behavior to Tony as soon as he's back. Now, you'd better start looking for a new job.
Excuse me. Have you got the power to do that? He's the head, not you.
Have you been talking to Mrs. Mansell?
Get out! Now!
Definitely got something to do with it. So I'm guessing he had a wife killed so she could wheedle her way in, so she could do the same to him. She's opened the doors so that death figure can come in. Nope. Wrong. Oh, was she the death figure? Oh, I see now.
Is it Mr. Pritchard to see you?
Did you find...
In case you missed that, it said succubus.
This is the likeness of the creature in question, which you gave me. And this is a 16th century woodcut of Carla, the Witch of Crampton. You see? You see? Carla, Clara, the
Kind of.
transposed letters. They do that very often. It amuses them.
But this is the one. This is the picture I remembered from school. I saw it in an old book in the British Museum that time, but I couldn't remember the title.
You saw it in a book. But this is the original. Taken from the life at the start of her career.
Should he be taking out the original?
That makes it potent. Very, very potent.
Well, he seems on his last legs. You did summon her.
I don't think we
I knew you'd come.
But I didn't intend to. I set out from the office. I don't know what I'm doing here even now.
Come. I want to talk to you.
Well, this is not the death figure. Is he going to believe them, though?
He's got to help us.
How can he help us? Look at him, he's dying. She's killed him.
He's got to help us to help him. The fetish. Must be somewhere near at hand.
Fetish?
Yes, the image she's made of him, the killing image. It must be near to work so fast.
Mr. Mansell. Tony. Dear
In
Tony.
his bedside drawer?
Liz. Good old Liz. I knew you'd come.
Tony, listen. Don't talk. Clara's what they used to call a witch. She killed your wife and Laker and Todd. Now she's killing you. She's done it before. She's been doing it a long, long time.
The fetish. Ask him about the fetish.
Tony, listen to me. Did you see Clara bring anything in here? A sort of...
Image. A little figure. Probably made of wax.
We've got to call a doctor.
A fetish means a lot different nowadays.
Mr. Mansell, when the creature's been in here, has she seemed to stay close to anything? Is there something she seemed drawn to?
So that's why she wouldn't have been the bedpost. I think it was strange, she was rubbing it. She was tightening it.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Well, not for him.
A real little beauty. If a doctor were here now, he'd go quietly out of his mind. Unless, of course, he'd been with me in Africa.
He'd call you a
There's
fool.
no need to have a conscience. I'm not saying anything will happen. I'm only saying if.
Can she not sense this? Yes.
Not as though you're being disloyal.
But there's nothing she can do to me now. Now that we know, and you've found that thing.
But indeed there is. The creature still has tremendous power. If she found out that we were onto her, her vengeance would be incalculable.
She knows.
True, she would have to abandon all subtlety, but she could destroy us all.
What do we do?
We must destroy her.
Loyalty! Disloyalty! The fuss you all make about words! Words! The only thing is to survive. To survive! When will you people learn this?
Oh, my dear, are you all right?
Yes. Yes. Would you excuse me a minute?
Oh, I bet I'd do that with my hair.
I must do.
This, taken from the life at the beginning, this is what makes her vulnerable. The knowledge that it existed somewhere must have given her nightmares. Now, something of hers.
There's a whole wardrobe here.
No, it must be something closer to home than that, more personal. There's something of the creature's substance.
Yeah, you might want to hurry up. She's got lipstick.
No, no, no. There isn't much time. Yes. No, not the brush. The hair.
He shall know what it is to cross me.
The bit in the original. That'd be worth quite a bit of money.
No. No. No.
You can so tell those flames are overlaid. Well, this bit's just plain weird. 18 plus. Put the fire out then. And they all carried on watching until the house burnt down around them and everyone died. What a pleasant ending. So, that was not my favourite episode. That should not have been a finale. It wasn't good enough for a finale. Like I said earlier on, we should have put episode 3 as the finale. Let me know what your favourite episode was, what you thought would have been the word of the day, finale. But yes, it wasn't too bad, but they left it going too long without clues. Sign out. But I do have to say the acting was good. I think there's only been one bad performance on this so far. In the episode where they were going to sacrifice the doctor's wife. I think that's the only one that's had substandard acting so far. So yes, I didn't recognise any of those actors. Let me know if you did, because like I say, I've not seen a lot of telly. I have recognised some actors like Lauren Lipman, and I still never looked to see whether I've seen John de Monsieur. I've seen him, so I don't know his name, I don't know how to pronounce it. But yes, from the library episode. But yes, I do want to bring this back for a second series. Like I said in the intro, I've got to do things that I enjoy as well as things that I think others may enjoy, although I'm getting it completely wrong right now. The things I thought would do well, like I thought Afterlife would do well, I thought Most Daughtered would do well, but right now, they're not even ranked mid, anywhere near mid views and watch time of my videos. But then I thought Laurel and Hardy was going to do absolutely rubbish, that no one would watch it. That's my best viewed videos. So I'm getting it completely wrong right now, so I need your help. I need you to tell me what kind of shows you want to see, what kind of shows would you want to watch, basically, on my channel. So let me know, no matter if they're unique, unique content like this where no one reacts to them, barely on YouTube, so let me know about that and I'll see what I can do. What's going to happen as well is if I ever get channel membership, you're going to get access to the shows, the exclusive shows. That should have gone up to 2 days per week now, but you will also be able to suggest shows there. You will get those shows exclusively for a while, time limited, and it'll only be for channel members and Patreon members because they pay as well. So, but YouTube Dailymotion won't get it for a while, if ever, depending on what you suggest. Now, I can't promise every episode, even Dropbox take shows down, so they don't tell me, you just see an empty folder. So hopefully you get to see what I've uploaded, because I've uploaded quite a few good ones. So with that, I shall thank each and every one of you for watching, and if you're on YouTube, could I please ask for a like, comment and subscribe? I would really appreciate it, and if you're on Dailymotion, a follow as well. Thank you to everyone who has. I do honestly appreciate it. I love you loads for doing so. It's really helping the channel out, and it's helping me out, as mental health wise. If any ads do get put on the video right now, as you can see, I'm below 1,000 subscribers, so that is not me, unfortunately. And to my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are. Thank you ever so much for your support. So with that, I shall sign out now and go to the next one, and I really hope to see you there. Goodbye.